Hello and welcome back to the channel where today we got sent a package. Let's see what's inside. So, this is very strange. A couple of weeks ago, Neosabers reached out to me and said, would I like to get one of their sabers, have a look at it and give it a little review. And although this channel's been growing quite quickly, this is the first company that's reached out and asked to do something like this. So obviously I said yes because one, super cool. Two, I love lightsabers. Half my videos have been on lightsabers recently. And three, I'd seen a lot about Neosabers across Instagram and YouTube, and I kind of wanted to check them out as a different lightsaber company. So Neosabers have been around for about 5 years, I think. They've got warehouses across the world, so I think they've got them UK, US, and China and Canada, so they're really easy to get stuff from. They do custom and replica NeoPixel lightsabers, so very, very cool stuff. All the stuff that I'm super interested in, and they've sent me a saber. Now this is a very interesting saber. I know what it is in here. I actually did technically open it because I wanted to check that everything was in there, but this is interesting because this is technically a fan creation saber. I'm gonna bring the name up because I lose it off the top of my head, so give me a sec. So this is their Darth Talanis lightsaber, who is sort of like a fan creation, Sith scholarly kind of guy, which actually, to be fair, I think is super cool. I love my replica lightsabers. I have them back here, love them. But doing like an in-universe character lightsaber is such a cool idea. So I'll be really interested to have a look at this properly and give you my thoughts. Quick few things on Neosabers about them. One, when they reached out to me, their customer support has been absolutely fantastic. They reached out about sending me a lightsaber and I said, all good, but I'm going to get married shortly. And they said, no worries, we can work around that. We'll get it to you, no problem. I was back for about 5 minutes and I messaged them and I said, hey guys, I'm back. Send me across the lightsaber and everything. And I'm not joking, within like 3 hours, the lightsaber is at my door. Brilliant. So shipping times and customer, because shipping to the UAE can be a bit weird sometimes, especially coming from all over the world. Shipping times and customer service is like bang, 10 out of 10. I was really impressed. They were also super helpful and super nice and easy to work with. So like really, really impressed with the customer service and the shipping. That was really good. Shall we open the lightsaber? So the packaging is standard packaging. It's a standard lightsaber box. You see them with a lot of lightsaber companies. I know they do these really nice cases that you can get. I don't have one now, but they look really good. And obviously the packaging has been ruined by all these shipping labels. I hope I scribbled out my address. Right. What's inside? The things you would expect with a NeoPixel lightsaber. I think this is NeoPixel. I don't know. They didn't say if they'd sent me NeoPixel or RGB. So, oh, cool. So their instruction. So sometimes when you get lightsabers from lightsaber companies, it comes with the manufacturer like standard book. But this one is a Neosabers book, and I think that is just a cool little. It's just a nice little bit of personalization and shows that they're not just like drop shipping these things. Anyway, what else? Bits and pieces. We love getting saber screws and Allen keys. If you watch me customize lightsabers over the last couple of weeks, I have so many of these now, but always good to have more. Micro USB. This is a micro SD card reader for your computer. Again, I have loads of these. I don't need them. Little bit of packaging. USB-C, as all lightsabers now are and should be. These cables come in handy all the time because I lose them. Same with a lot of these lightsabers. Don't charge them on mains powers because it will wreck them. Charge them on a laptop or a computer or even your PlayStation. I don't care. Now, the interesting part, lightsaber. Okay, I've made a bit of a hole in this when there was an opening at the top, but let's have a look at the lightsaber. So this is this fan creation Sith lightsaber, and you know what? This is pretty cool. I love the design on it. I'm going to try and get some close-ups, but the design on it is unique. Like, that's, you know, definitely not something we've seen before in sort of Star Wars canon lightsabers. But that is super cool. I love the clip bit on here. That feels very Star Wars. The printing on it, which I'm going to assume is a print and not laser etched, because that would make it more expensive. And I think these are reasonably priced. Yeah, that's a print, but God, that is cool. That is really cool. I like a simple hilt, just because they're easier to spin and mess around with. And that's like a comfortable one to hold, especially double-handed or single-handed. Yeah, that's comfy. That's a good hilt to hold. Should we open her up? So, as with all lightsabers, you can open them up. Yeah, pretty standard inside. I like the Kyber crystal battery that it has, and it already has an SD card installed, which means lightsaber fawns. So that's quite cool. And this bottom bit's quite cool as well. It looks like if you had two of these, you could connect them to make it a double-edged lightsaber, which is super cool. I think the thing I really like, especially now holding like a Neo Saber one as well, is just like the build quality of these just feels nicer than like my my Disney Sabers. The Disney Sabers I've always said are really good, but they do have somewhat of a plasticky feel to them. Some of them do have metal bits on them. They're chunky though, and they feel a bit plasticky. This feels like a solid hunk of metal, and it feels exactly what you would think a lightsaber would actually feel like. So build quality is a pretty good build quality. I quite like that. It's got a very deep entry for the blade, which is good because that helps it keep secure. Neo Sabers also have a 30-day return and warranty period, which is really good because sometimes things get broken and it's not their fault. So it's good that they have something like that to honor as well. I've also just double checked what I said was right. It's a 30-day return window, but the blades have, I've got it here for you, the blades have so the lightsaber themselves have a 1-year warranty, which is brilliant, and the hilts have a lifetime warranty, which is nuts in 2025 for a company to give you a lifetime warranty. So if this does, die, or something happens to it or it breaks because it's a piece of electronics and things can break, having lifetime warranty is pretty neat, especially when you're spending as much money as we all do spend on lightsabers. Don't tell my wife. You might have already seen, while I put this together, you might have seen Neosabers on the internet, on Instagram. They're pretty active on Instagram, YouTube, and all those platforms. They genuinely seem quite involved in the Saber community, which is, what we like to hear from Saber companies, because it means they're actually interested in developing new things and making us lightsaber fans happy, which is really, really what you want from a company, that they actually care about the product. I'm telling you all this while I peel off this annoying film that comes on every bloody lightsaber blade. This is a long blade. This is probably like a 32-inch one, I think. Yeah, it's a longer one. That's fine, I like the longer ones. I need to get some short ones though. Okay, so I have, it's NeoPixel. Okay, cool. Look, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes people send you things and you don't know what you're getting. But they just said they were sending this Saber. They didn't say whether it was NeoPixel or anything, which is good. We love NeoPixel. So, as with NeoPixel, it comes with multiple fonts. It's super bright. You should all know what NeoPixel is by now. They are just the best when it comes to lightsabers. The sounds, the fonts that you can put in are just awesome. I'm just going to keep waffling on about Neosabers for a bit while I install the blade. And then we'll flick it on and see what it's like. I've got high hopes for this because the ergonomics on the hilt are really... So, like, I've had, say... Check that's properly in. I've had sabers from other companies before, from other lightsaber companies, from Disney, from Temu, and this is just as good, if not better, in terms of build quality. It feels sturdy. It feels like I could drop it. Oh, in fact, this is interesting. So when I got this, I actually dropped it, taking it out of the box, checking everything was there, and I thought, oh dear, I've broken the lightsaber that they've sent to me. And then switched it on and it was totally fine. Not with the blade in, this is the first time I've put the blade in. But I just wanted to check that I hadn't broken it because that would have been really embarrassing. So, blade is in. Now, in terms of this hilt is really nicely weighted. It's just got a good movement to it. I think it'd be really good for spinning. I'm not going to spin here because the table's right in the way. But let's switch it on.
Power on.
Your lovely normal lightsaber sound. Let's see what font it's automatically set to. That's really loud. That's really loud. So obviously with NeoPixel, you've got pixel bits going up the blade and you can do these cool blade effects. Let's see if I can remember how to change sounds.
Moonfield.
Moonfield? Oh, that was cool. That was really cool. What else we got in here?
Candy blade.
Candy blade?
Medium volume.
Let's turn the volume down. Oh, their fonts are sick. What else we got? So I've tried to circle through some fonts because I feel like this needs a red font, right? Being a Sith lightsaber. Oh! So, as you can tell, it's a NeoPixel. NeoPixel lightsabers rock. They're so bright. So yeah, as we know, NeoPixels rock. So let's have a look at more of the fonts, and I'm stood up so we can do a bit more swishing. But yeah, this hilt feels amazing. I think it has gyro activation. Maybe not.
The champion.
This blade and hilt combo. This hilt is awesome for holding and spinning. I'm going to push my table forward a little bit. So it does have motion activation, which I love in a lightsaber, so you can do this. And you can turn it off like that. But it's so cool to do this. This is a cool font. Flash on Clash. Blaster hit. Tip drag and the lot. This thing is pretty cool.
Dark Ages.
And it's got some cool fonts on it. Is this a samurai font? That's cool. So there you go. I'm sure I'm going to put some more B-roll of me playing around with the Saber. I got massively carried away while reviewing it because lightsabers and NeoPixel lightsabers are just the greatest thing ever as a Star Wars fan. In terms of this Saber, so after having a little play with it, I love it. The hilt is really, really nice for spinning and just messing around with. It's got all of the great things that you would love about NeoPixel lightsabers, different blade ignitions, different fonts. This saber specifically from Neosabers came in some fonts that I'm not used to having installed. on sabers from other companies. So that was cool to have a bonus couple of fonts. It was a nice surprise as well. This saber starts at like $239, which I think is a really good deal. You're getting an incredible saber, a really nice hilt. I can't get over how cool and unique this hilt is. It's genuinely one of the best looking hilts that I've seen in a while. I love this design on it. It's really easy to spin. It's got some cool details on it, but at the same time, it's still uniquely Star Wars. Like, I really like the hilt. I think they've done an incredible job with the hilt. I would even pay for a more expensive version to have it laser etched, because that would be awesome. But overall, yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about Neosabers. I'm really, really impressed with everything so far. It's kind of just exactly what I expected from a lightsaber company, plus more. Like, the customer service and the shipping was fantastic. The pricing's really good, and they seem to be super active on Instagram, and they're supporting creators on social platforms, and I think that's super good from them. So they're actively involved in the Saber community, which is really good. I am super stoked with this. This is really good. This is going to become probably the main saber I use for videos at the moment, because I really like it. And I'm definitely going to go check out some of the replica stuff that Neosabers have, because I've been really, really impressed. I've said impressed about 90 million times, but genuinely, it's really good. They're a legit company for anyone. Do you know, I always think with these lightsaber companies that, like, there's so many of them, and you wonder if some of them are legit or not, and they'll actually get the product. But Neosabers is a proper company, and they're legit, and they make great sabers. So if you are in the market for a new lightsaber, as many of us are, check out Neosabers. I'll leave the links in the description below. They've been great. Honestly, I value customer service and shipping so highly. If the product isn't that good, which the product is, but sometimes even if your product is amazing and you have terrible shipping and awful customer service, it can really ruin the experience. So they've really done things right where they mattered. So go check them out in the description below. Thank you, Neosabers, for sending me this lightsaber. I'm always glad to have more in the collection. I think we're up to 10 now. Which, is getting excessive. But yeah, there we go, Neosabers. Go check them out, why not? They're supporting the channel somewhat. So please, feel free to have a look if you need a lightsaber. Anyway, I am rambling as always. That'll do it for today's video. If you want to see more lightsaber content, please subscribe to the channel. And I will be back next week with probably something different. I promise it's not lightsabers next week. But until then, have a great week ahead. Happy crafting. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.